Well, hey everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in today. I got here with me Travis, one of my recent clients where we were able to successfully help them sell their home. And he's from out of state as well, and just wanted to hear his thoughts on the experience. And thank you again, Travis, for taking the time out of your day to jump on this call with me briefly to go over everything.
Anytime, anytime.
So, Travis, you're where are you at? You're over in California, right?
Yes, I'm in San Diego, California, the best
Awesome, awesome.
city
And
in America.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So obviously, you had your home on the market for a little while. Do you recall how long it was?
It's about 6 or 7 months.
6, 7 months. Okay, got it. Yep.
Yeah,
And can you give me was that the first time you sold a house, by the way?
yeah. Very first time.
Oh wow, okay. But you've before that one, have you bought another house before too, or that was your first purchase as well?
That's my first purchase back in 2006.
Wow. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
So first purchase and as well first sale. Awesome, awesome. Can
yeah.
you give me an experience previously, with buying and selling before you met me? Like just get a good idea if you had a good experience on the buying side, when you first bought and as well, when you sold.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, when I bought in 2006, I was young and I always wanted to have my own home. So I was stationed in Virginia. I'm currently in the military right now, Navy, and I
Yes,
bought my
sir.
first home in Virginia. I had it built from the ground up, and I didn't know much about homes, so I just jumped out there on a limb and I seen the house that I liked, and my wife and I we purchased it, and we had it for till this year, actually
Yeah, yeah.
January.
So about 16, 17 years. A long time.
Yes, yeah, and we lived in it maybe 6 years out of the entire time because, of course, I'm in the military, so we
Yeah,
move around a lot. And
yeah.
now I'm here in San Diego, so I was fortunate enough to find a good realtor as yourself to help me sell it.
Yeah, can you give me an idea of how the experience was when you had it last listed for 7 months to the
Oh yeah,
audience?
sure. Yeah, so like I said, I'm in San Diego, California, and I had a realtor before you, and it was on the market for 6 or 7 months, and I was kind of getting frustrated, like, why is my house selling? And my realtor was like, well, the market is down, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, this is a nice house, a decent area. I probably need to find somebody who's gonna actually do the job and get the job done, get my house sold because I'm
Yeah,
paying mortgage for a house that I'm not living in and no one is living in. So I'm considering myself wasting money basically.
yeah, yeah. And that was at the time your property manager as well, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So that's something I learned. Never to, if you have a house for rent with a property owner, never use that same property owner to list your house and sell it as a realtor. That's the worst mistake I made.
yeah. Well, you live and learn, because that's a different field essentially, right? Especially the
Yes.
gentleman that you were working with. He's been in for quite some time, and the property management aspect is completely different.
Right.
And I know you had an experience as well, even on the renting side, right? Because you ended up
Right.
it was rented out to some people that he knew, and some of
Right.
the stuff I was telling you, like that you heard from other people as well, like how it smelled like pets inside the house, but there was supposed to be
Right.
no pets.
Yes.
So that yeah, that's for the out of state owners out there, definitely be careful with that because I've helped out even other out of state owners. It's unfortunate, it's sometimes you run across these people, but like I've helped out other out of state owners as well, where they thought their properties, and at least in your situation, it was in good shape. But other people, their property was wrecked.
Right.
And they had no idea until I would walk through there, and the same situation. They struggled selling for a while, and I'll go there, I'm like, hey, when was the last time you saw your house? And like 3, 4 years ago. And I'll send them
Right.
a video, and it's like they will be sending them old photos of the property. I'm just like, this is messed up, man.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so what what were some of the difficulties that you had, Travis, being an out-of-state owner? Can you give me an idea of that? Like when you had it up for sale, like what were any difficulties that you were, running across with the last agent as well?
Yeah, like you said, if you're away from your home for a long period of time, you don't know what's going on inside your home. So, like, he was telling me that the house was ready to sell. But once I got fired him and hired you, it's a lot of more stuff that needed to be done that he said was already done. So being out of state, it's kind of hard because you can't
Yeah,
like walk in your house and see what's need to be done to actually to make that sale. So
yeah,
I was thinking I'm like, this guy told me this, and then once I heard you, you're like, no, this need to be done. The HVAC is not new. Oh, the shingles on the house need to be replaced. I'm like, he said it's ready to sell, but it wasn't.
yeah, yeah. And that's the one thing too. I highly recommend, especially since you're in the military, if you run across other, because I'm also military, former military, right? And if you run across other people that have out of state properties, one thing that I've noticed that's helped out other people, it's literally video. Like you can't fake a video.
Right,
Like like I've seen people fake pictures, but then you can't fake a video. So like I always tell, like if you run across other military members that are in a similar situation, just tell them like, hey, have that person send you a video of the property, right?
right,
Of what it currently looks like with them there. So you can't fake that. And nowadays you can video is easily accessible for most people with smartphones, right? So
right,
that's one thing I highly recommend because once I started sending you the video, like, oh, that was supposed to be done. I'm like, yeah, unfortunately it wasn't. So, but
right.
it happens, man.
Yeah, and I was thinking like this. I got a property manager. He would tell me the truth without me even looking at the video. He would tell me because he works for me,
Yeah,
So I'm like, he would always tell me the truth. So I'm like, I don't need no video. I don't need pictures. I'm just gonna listen to what he say. So like I said, this is my first time buying and selling actually. So I would trust in him. So I
yeah,
know for next time what to do.
yeah, yeah, man. And yeah, share that with other military members too, what made you decide to try my service instead of other realtors? Because obviously you found me through Google,
Yeah.
and like you browsed around, I'm sure. Like what made you decide to reach out to me out of all people?
So what I did was like I said, I got frustrated because my house on the market for like 6 or 7 months. So I went to Google. I said the top realtors in Virginia, and your name popped up first. And I read all the reviews. I seen 5 stars. I say, let me get this guy a shot. So I think I email you or call your number on the
Yeah,
Google
yeah,
list or whatever the case may be. And you was very, very, very helpful. And I like how you was engaged and motivated, asking me a lot of questions. I'm like, wow, like he's ready to get this house sold. And then it was on the market like in a short amount of time.
yeah. It's like 2 weeks.
And
Yeah.
I love the way you did the home, what you call it, on the weekend, the
Oh, the open houses. Yeah,
whole open houses and stuff like that, getting attraction and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, he's really on his job. And then a couple days later, we had a potential buyer. So I'm like, thank God I went to Google and read the review. Reviews means a lot to me. So I
yeah,
read the reviews and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going with this guy. And I had another guy to be honest too.
yeah,
Like second on the list. He called me after you, but I said no, I'm gonna go with you because I seen your reviews. There's just a little better than he is. He had like 4.8. I think he had 5.0 stars.
yeah.
So
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome. Well, yeah, well, I mean, thank you for sharing that experience. So it sounds like overall you had a really good experience working with us. Um, so one of the things that we do see in the industry, what will happen, we went under contract relatively quickly. It was 2, 3 weeks or so. But one of
right,
the things that I see in our industry, realtors will list a property and then you'll never hear from them for like months and
right,
months until you need a price reduction. That's when you
right.
hear from them.
Yep.
Can you give the audience an idea of how the communication was from when we first met and then to when we actually got the home sold? How often did you hear from us?
You know what? I was just about to say that. So when I talked to you the first time, you called me almost, let me see, it's 7 days in a week, probably the 5 times. I'm like, dang, this is getting kind of annoying. But on the other side, I'm like, I'm happy because he's really working hard with me, trying to get this house sold. Not being annoyed in a bad way, but like, dang, he called me all the time. I'm like, it's a good thing. But I'm like, uh, I'm at work, so I didn't want to miss your calls or anything like that. I'm like, and I'm on the ship too. So
Yeah,
inside the
yeah,
ship, I can't receive you call inside the ship. So I have a mixed text message or something like that. I'm like, dang, I missed his call, but like very frequently he stayed
Yeah.
in contact with me. You stayed in contact with me, and I was so happy. I was telling my wife like he's really about his business, and I think the house gonna be sold very soon, and which it was. So
Yes,
thank you for
sir.
all of that.
Yes,
Like my
sir.
last
Yeah.
realtor, my realtor I had before you, I only talked to him maybe once every 3 months. And I
Yeah.
got frustrated with him. That's why I told him, like, dude, how can I get out of this contract? You know? And then he said he sent the paper over, so I got a contract and I found you.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
experience with
And
you is awesome. Like I see why they rate you #1 in Virginia. Like, if I have anybody else selling the house in the area or anything like that, I would definitely have them contact you.
thank you, Travis. And yeah, to your point, yeah, that's one thing we try to really set ourselves apart from. We update sellers every Friday, right? But like
Right.
anytime you reached out, how quick was the response usually, would you say?
ASAP. Like you and Miss Claudia, I can't
Yep.
thank y'all enough because you had
Awesome.
an assistant. If I can get if you was busy in a meeting or something, she would respond. I'm like, yo, this is awesome. I love to hear that.
Yes, sir.
Because that let me know that you guys were engaged and ready to do whatever it takes to get that house sold.
Yes, sir. Awesome. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much again, Travis. For the people that may be, watching this video and they're possibly on the fence about using our services because whether they had a bad experience with a realtor in the past or they don't want to pay commission, what would you say to that for the last message?
Hey, do not think any further. This is the #1 guy in probably America. Go with him. He will get your household ASAP. Trust me, he will keep you updated on everything. He is the person to go to. I'm just
Awesome.
being honest, and I'm not like trying to brag on him or whatever, but the guy get the job done. Him and his
Awesome.
team.
Thank you so much, Travis. Really appreciate your time again today, man. And woo for damn.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, bro. Take care.
Have a good one, man.
All right, bro. Bye bye.
Yeah.